to be pressed hard and get a black agenda. How do you feel about Charlamagne even going hard the way he did in the question?
As a journalist, Charlamagne did his job. Charlamagne's supposed to press a candidate. It's not a platform for them to go out there and spew whatever their rhetoric is. It is his job to actually press a candidate on the issues that are at hand. Now, when it comes to this whole agenda thing and Diddy talking about holding back the black vote, once again, I ask y'all the question, what is the black agenda that we can all agree on? So how do you satisfy every black person that's out there and say, hey, you know what? He's satisfied. He's got a black agenda. We should go vote for him. Now we can find him because he's a Democrat. How do you do that?
We don't have one.
We don't have one.
That's what I'm saying.
We've never had one. We've never had one. So when black folks complain about a black agenda and why don't we have one, we have not gotten together and gotten on the same page to even have our little black agenda meetings to get it together. And then we have the nerve to be mad at white people that don't have one when we don't have one. We got to get our shit together and get one.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Exactly. You know what I mean? The gays did it and they got what they needed. We need to get on the same page. We got half of us saying reparations. We got other half saying no, we don't want that. We're all over the place.
That's facts. Those are facts.
I said again, and I will keep saying it again until we get lobbyists and start buying white people at Whole Foods or wherever we buy them. Until we get some people in government that we paying off that we own, we're never going to move forward. Period. NASCAR put all of the stuff that own them on their car. You know who owns them.
Now, again, to Mike's point, of course, yeah, Charlamagne, he had to do his job and he did a good job. I just cringe because I feel like it's going to be so easy to reelect Trump right now. And I feel like we know he's a weak candidate. And when we point out the weaknesses, Democrats are so on the purity test. Republicans don't do that. Once they got their guy, they're like, fuck it. It's all hands on deck and we support. Democrats will be like, well, no, and then we destroy our own. We do all the work for the.
And that's why, Claudia, I'm getting rid of all my friends and get Republican friends because they'll ride or die. They don't give a fuck. They can see you shoot their mom in the face and still say, "We didn't see it."
That's black man. If you want
You're right.
They'll ride or die.
Rosa, how do you feel about what Joe Biden said? Did you see the news where Joe Biden made a little joke about you ain't black?
Yes, and
was he out of pocket?
Look, at this point, all I can tell you is that I'm gonna vote for anybody but Trump. That's it. Like at this point, like I'm just voting for anybody but Trump. Anybody.
Right.
I understand. Like the thing is that can we just say that Biden made a joke in bad taste. And he apologized. When was the last time that Trump apologized?
Never.
We don't even have. The fact that he is able to apologize is already above anything that Trump has ever done. So I'm
presidential because he apologized.
And he apologized within 24 hours immediately.
Trump has set the standard so low for anybody else that now we say, whoa, Biden apologized, so we should go with him because he apologizes. Like that's how low he set the bar for a president. And I will never vote. I don't know how. I'm embarrassed to say that I know people that voted for Trump. And especially when it comes to
we do, Mike. Yeah, we do know Mike. I was about to say
you need to ask yourself the question. When they're black or they're a minority or whatnot, if they're not even a Republican, why did they vote for Trump? What is the reason that they gave you for voting for Trump?
I'll tell you why. I asked them that, and a lot of them are multimillionaires, and to me, they basically sold out and said because there's a difference between paying $20 million in taxes versus $10 million in taxes. It was strictly about the money. It's a guy who's Mexican, grew up in East LA, and he's a lot of money, and he's like, man, I hate the Dems. He said, I'm pro-Trump. I said, why are you pro-Trump? He's such a racist. He said, I don't care what he says. I'm saving money.
But what about the poor whites? Why are the poor whites doing it?
And he's got relatives who are not as fortunate as he is. So does he ever think about the other people that?
I get why rich people do it though, but why are the poor people doing it?
Because they're racist. They're racist and sexist.
Yeah,
but this country is not ready for a woman president. Unfortunately,
but I voted for her because I didn't want Trump to win. But she ain't shit either.
They let this dude get away with murder yesterday, and this is not a joke. He's spreading rumors that Joe Scarborough killed an intern at his job.
Yeah.
Right.
And Joe Scarborough used to be a Republican and used to support him, and then he saw the light, and now Trump goes hard against him.
Joe Emmy. Yep.
And they still support this dude. Like, what in your mind, what do you think he could do to make them turn against him?
Nothing.
Trump.
They're brainwashed. If you watch the movie The Loudest Voice, okay, and how Roger Ailes started Fox News, the same way Fox News is successful is the same way Trump, because he was Trump before Trump. And that's the thing. You watch Roger Ailes' story, it's basically Trump. They're brainwashed.
Yeah.
There has to be something that can break it, though.
Nothing.
100,000 dead. The country shut down twice.
If all of a sudden he says he's a Democrat, not a Republican.
They don't care.
they may follow.
That's the only way they'll turn against him.
Mike, they may not even do that then. I think they're so brainwashed, Mike. I think they'll follow.
I really don't believe 75%, 80% of the motherfuckers that say they support him really like him. They hate him, but because he's in office and he got their agenda, whatever that agenda is, that's all that matters. Puppet, man. Claudia, you know better. I don't think he has racist views. I don't know if he's necessarily a racist. I think he goes to the highest bidder, whoever the fuck is that's going to love him, respect him, suck his dick.
No, Claudia has first-hand knowledge.
That's why I asked Claudia. I think he's done some racist shit. Like, I think every white person we know has probably said nigga before. I think they really have. I think they've said some shit that they would not say in public. Now, does that necessarily make them a racist? I don't know. Answer that, Claudia. I just think that.
I think that Trump is very typical, like a lot of wealthy men. I had the displeasure of meeting a lot of his friends when I used to be friends with him, and they may not think they're racist because they may do something for you or they have black friends, but deep down, when they're with their friends, they talk that shit. Now, I had a Trump check early on when he told me, don't waste my time on black men. I said, why not? He said, because they don't have money. And I had to check him very early on and tell him how fucked up that was. Yeah. You know, and then when I was doing Celebrity Apprentice, me and one of the girls from the show went to a dinner that his friend was hosting, and we were like, oh my God, we're trying to raise money, and we were talking about how hard they've been working us. And I think either me or the white girl said they've been working us like slaves. It was like, you know how we say working. No one thought about slavery. The white man that was Trump's boy, Stewie, perked up. He was like, slavery, and he made a fucking toast to to Lincoln for freeing the slaves in front of me, and he was like doing like that, clapping to me, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. Then I'm like, this is how these people think. They think it's funny to make these kind of jokes, and he's someone that likes black people, right? I think Trump likes some of us. He likes successful black people and attractive black women. That's it. He don't like poor black people, just like he don't like poor white people. Now, but you know,
you think classism, you think in this country, on that point, do you think classism or racism is a bigger issue in this country?
Racism. Sexism is bigger than all of them.
I think,
believe it or not, I'm going to go with classism on that one.
Classism or racism?
Classism. Yeah, classism.
Sexism.
Claudia, what do you think? Because on that point.
They did choose a black man over a white woman, which was very shocking.
Here's the thing, and I say this all the time. This country has continually perpetuated sexism. Black men had the right to vote before white women. So we came from being slaves and being 3/5 human and being able to vote, and white women still couldn't fucking vote. A black man became president for a white woman. Hillary was more qualified than 3 Obamas. Now, I'm glad he won, but at the same time, America, unfortunately, is not ready for a woman president. It's sexism. They're more sexist than they are racist. Period.
Well, I can't really say nothing because 2 of my co-hosts got their titties out.
It just feels like...
I said 2 of my co-hosts got their titties out. I can't say nothing.
That's how they get you.
You too. It's just like racism is more deadly, and you know, sexism is just more like, well, you don't get to vote, but you're still alive. Well, you'll make less money, but you still get to work. You know, racism is like, well, you're dead because you were black. So sorry.
Good point.
Well, mine just forever. They're not sorry.
That's why I said racism is still, because people are dying still over color, skin color. Like, people are dying because of the color of their skin. Death is real. Like,
yeah, they're not dying over being a woman so much.
So check
this. Maybe not literally, but
separately. I'm gonna ask each one of you separately. What's the most? It don't have to be in the business or anything. What's the most racist shit you had happen to you? It don't even have to be in the business. I'm just talking about in life. We'll start with Guy, and then we're gonna go around. I'll say your names. Guy, go first, please.
Well, you know, when I knocked that white boy out in Houston for calling me a nigga at my show.
To your face? He just called you nigga to your face. That was the
Knocked him out. Now, I told that story before. Knocked him out at the Houston Improv. Knocked him square in his mouth, and I got a 2-for-1 because he fell into his girlfriend, and they both fell down the steps.
All right, we gotta go underneath.
And that was 4 years ago.
Okay. Claudia, what's the most racist thing that's happened to you besides hanging with Trump?
I was on a photo shoot and I found out there was like 60 shots that had to be done, and it was 3 models. I thought it was gonna be 20, 20, 20. They made me do like 45 of the shots and made the white girls just do 2, and I found out they were getting 3 times more than me, so I walked upset and they begged me to come back. And then when I was 12, cops slammed me, my friend at the time, into a brick wall while we waited for our mothers to pick us up from a skating rink, and they called us monkeys. So those 2 things.
I remember that story. I remember you telling me.
Wow. Okay, and then we'll go to my right. We'll go to Mike Hill.
Hold on. I want to go back to the photo shoot real quick. So you did 40. How did you find out that quickly? Like in the middle of the shoot, you're like, hold up, nigga, let me check my contract.
Well, it was an Asian client. It was for hair, and she was like, they were saying, oh, we love your smile, you good model. And then me and the model started talking. We started talking about the rates, and they told me their rates, and I was like, I was the most established, getting paid 1/3 what they were getting, and they were doing less work, sitting around smoking cigarettes. So when I found out, I said, you motherfuckers like my smile so much, but you make me do all the work, I'm out. So they begged me to stay, and I was like, I'm only staying if you pay me more than you pay the white girls. And that's the only way I got my money. I had to threaten to walk out and make a scene. And this happens to us all the time. And they'll smile on your face and tell you how good you are. But these motherfuckers will pay someone else less qualified or the same, way more than you because of your color. The only thing different.
Claudia, as a model, I deal with that too.
I heard, guy. I heard.
I think we something wrong with the audio in the Mike.
Only time I never had nobody call me nigga to my face, anything like that. I heard somebody call me a nigga out of a moving car a long time ago when I was like 12 years old in Alabama. The only really racism I really felt was partly in the business when I was in Dallas. I got hired by this guy who had never hired a black sportscaster before in the 25 years he was working there. And I get there and he asked me, like, you want to be a sportscaster? You want to be a black sportscaster? He's like, you know, I used to say the N-word all the time growing up in Iowa, but I'm not racist because my daughter has a baby by a black man. He always uses that as an excuse. And he says, I have a black friend, he's a judge. But it wasn't necessarily what he said to me, like calling me a nigga or anything like that, but you just felt racism. And I think that's part of what it is. A lot of people feel like racism got to be all overt, like you got to have a noose hanging from a fucking tree or a crossbar in your yard. That ain't it. Racism is how you feel. And as black people, I think in this country who's gone through a lot of things and felt a lot of things for our brothers and our sisters, that's how we feel racism. And that's the biggest issue that we have in society.
But Mike, weren't you called a nigga in Santa Barbara when you first got out here?
Was that in Santa? Oh, yeah. Well, he didn't call me a nigga. He said these niggers. And yeah,
and you
he wasn't. He didn't even see me around. He didn't see me. It was at your concert, Steve.
Oh, what the fuck?
It wasn't at your concert. We went to see you play in Santa Barbara when you was with Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh, it was a lot of white people. Yeah, it was niggas then.
No, I was walking back to the hotel and I was across the street and I just heard this white dude across the street, actually with some black dudes, and he just screamed out, "These fucking niggers!" And I just started following him. And then we almost got into a fight, but it was all, but you know, because I didn't think he should be using that word.
Right. Okay.
I remember that.
Bane, what's the most racist thing that happened to you? That's Rosa Acosta, by the way.
Well, see, there's not a lot of things that happen to me personally. Actually, none. Like, luckily, I haven't experienced that. However, whenever I experience anything like it, it comes from my own people. So, years ago, Dominicans, because you know they all think they are not black.
I'm smoking one right now.
Mm-hmm.
Dominicans, they're not black, and they all feel like their ancestors are like from the
Africa.
No, not Africa. They think they are from like Europe, and that's it. Like Europe.
Oh, wow.
they don't think they black. They don't like to say they black, right?
Stockholm syndrome.
And so Years ago, I went to volunteer at an orphanage in Tanzania, and I got so much backlash from the Dominican people because why was I there why was I in Africa? Why was I with the black people?
Wow.
And you know, my whole team, manager, some of my photographers, my road manager, like most of the people that I work for, you know, in my team are black. So like just recently, the other day, I posted a picture where you can see my photographer, he's black, taking pictures of me. And a Dominican guy made a comment like, you always hanging out with, and he say a word that it's not the N word because he wrote it in Spanish, but it's basically it's something that's not like, nice. It's for black people. Dominicans use that word to refer to Haitians.
But it's a derogatory comment against a black person.
Ask him out. I had to ask him like, so
let me ask you a question. Do you feel like Dominicans or Puerto Ricans can use the N word then?
No. Look, I don't know about, I don't think I am somebody that has the right to say who can say it or who cannot say it. I personally don't say it. I have enough right to tell me that I cannot say it.
Mm-hmm. So if you heard another Dominican saying the N word, would you say anything to him like you would hear if you heard a white person saying the N word? You probably say something to him. Would you say something to another Dominican saying the N word?
If you heard a cracker say the N word, would you say something?
Look, I have some Dominican friends that were born and raised in New York, and they are dark skinned, and I see them using the word, and black people seem to be okay with them saying it because
not me.
In New York.
It's generational.
And they were born and raised in New York. I was born and raised in Dominican Republic. That word doesn't exist for me. I didn't grow up listening to it. It's not in the music that I grew up listening to. And now when I listen to music, I skip it. Like, it's just so easy. It's the easiest thing in the world. I just don't feel like, you know, sometimes I see people saying, well, if singers don't want the words, they shouldn't put it in the song. And I'm just like, who the fuck are we to tell artists what to do with their craft?
I agree.
Why is it's easier for us to skip it when singing than for them to stop using something that means something to them? You know, I don't know much. I don't want to say much about it because, like I say, I wasn't born and raised in this country. I didn't grow up with that word meaning anything to me. I just know that when I came here, my mom said, "You don't say that." And then before I one of the first things that my mom said was that word. Like, we don't say it. And as I have, you know, seen and experienced, I realized that I have no desire to say it, not in songs, not to people. Black people do call me that word sometimes, like joking, oh my, you know, my G, my it, you know. And I'm like,
Steve, he called everybody nigga. He called white people nigga too. That's Steve. You can't
Steve.
So Carmen. Carmen. First of all, I want to tell you, your boobs look really great. I love you. So listen, have you ever dealt with any racism in your life?
A lot of it from my own people, but I'll just talk about from white people. I was with the agency. I moved out here in 2006, and there were fax messages that come through the fax machine having these big ass castings that say no African American models allowed. So they would send me and my homegirls, black models, light skin, dark skin, it doesn't matter, to video girl auditions, Little John, you know, different rappers, but we weren't getting like the, you know, the big casting, like the big hair fashion. What are those, some like Matrix and like those really big brands, they would say no African Americans. So I'm like, why am I on a video shoot? I don't even have an ass. Like, what the fuck can I do in a fucking rap video when I don't even have the assets? So of course I would be offended. And then a few times when I worked in the service industry at Four Seasons, this one guy, because I couldn't get him the seat that he wanted, he went to my coworker and said, I'll give you $100 to punch that black girl in the face.
Oh, shit.
Like, I'm just following normal protocol. Like, Four Seasons is strict, right? You take good care of guests. If this is reserved for a special guest, people just respect that and they move on. But why did you have to make it like punch that black girl, and it was a white guy, in the face? He was driving this girl to, so of course my manager had to hold me back, bring me in the back room, like, just don't, just stay there. I understand you're upset, because I wanted to like lash out, but at the same time.
Why did they calm you down and not kick out the guy?
How about that?
They ended up kicking him out. But the point is, I wanted to go off, but she pulled me as soon as like I heard, she pulled me in the back because she already.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's amazing the negativity they have towards us when we have every reason to have that feeling towards them, not the other way around.
And
but it's jealousy. It's jealousy.
I'm like, I had a reason to get angry and be that angry black woman, because you literally threatened me and you put a color to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I've dealt with that, but on the flip side, I've dealt with people of my own that I wasn't black enough and that I wasn't like accepted in their group.
That is the worst shit in the world. That's why me and Guy darker than the rest of y'all, so we've dealt with that.
But you know
Can we
what?
talk about that a little bit though? I
Yeah.
feel like it's something that we got to be so careful, because like I understand there is pain on both sides, and America has not been kind to dark-skinned black people at all, including our own family. And we probably all have said some shit in jest that is, if you think about it, it was probably fucked up, and we've learned from that, right? But like, I get America is extremely foul and does show some favor to lighter, fair-skinned black people.
Oh.
And
You shouldn't feel good that Mike light skin, but he ugly, so that balances out.
But honestly, in the industry, I've also been told I'm not urban enough, so I didn't book a lot of.
I've been told that too.
You?
Yeah. Right. When I did the movie The Animal, Rob Schneider was trying to tell me how to play my role blacker, and I'm like, bruh, and it also happens when you read scripts. Like I was given a script years ago, playing opposite Van Damme, right? And whoever wrote it was a white guy wrote it, because this character that they wanted me to play had every stereotypical black negative attribute, and it wasn't a comedy. He was a pimp. Not only was he a pimp, he had a green suit, a green Cadillac, gold chains, gold teeth. He sold drugs, and he was whimpering to Van Damme, and then there was a scene in there where I stopped reading the script on page 70, because I was reading the script, and he's selling drugs. This 13-year-old girl comes up, black girl, and said, hey, she was strung out, and she asked him for some drugs. And he said, no, your mama's strung out. I'm not giving you any drugs. You're gonna be strung out. I'm not selling to you. And she goes, in the script, the girl, 13-year-old goes, I'll suck your dick. And the character goes, we'll meet me around an abandoned house. So first of all, you have morals. You got morals, first of all. And then when she said, I'll suck your dick. And I stopped reading the script. I called the film company. I went in and took a meeting with the person who was in charge of acquisitions, who was a black woman, and said, have you read this script? Did you see it? And she said, I know, we're going to rewrite it. I'm like, I'm ashamed that this is even saw the light of day. Like, who did it get past? How did it get past you? But it's in scripts all the time. They'll write the slang for us rather than trusting us to be actors and know where to put the certain slang in. And that's racist on its own.
So with that being said,
a black person's role. A white person should write the role of a black person. They need a black writer because they know the lingo. They put all the stereotypes.
It was so written. I couldn't even read it. I couldn't read the slang that they wrote.
So with that being said, and we know what they do against us, I want to just get to my point. That my little rant I was on is because like we are so played against each other. It's so fucked up. You know, growing up in the 70s and 80s, light-skinned people thought they were better than dark-skinned people, right? And now we're at a point where it's like dark-skinned folks are telling light-skinned folks, you're not black enough or you're not one of us. We are continuing the work of dividing ourselves. And like, we have so much strength in numbers, and we got to throw that shit out the door. If one of your parents is white or you're biracial, you can't sit with us. Like, who does that help? That helps white supremacists that would love to just curb our numbers. And I just there's like a whole movement right now of, they call it, foundational black, like they want to kick out people that are biracial or light skinned. I'm like, we're still black. When I get, people mistreating me because they're racist, they don't treat me halfway.
Right. You get it all.
They don't. I don't get that gig. I get that ticket from the police officer. I get that harassment. When those cops slammed my friend up against the wall and called us monkeys and niggas when we were 12-year-old girls, they didn't say, oh, you look biracial, so let me be nicer to you. So I just want to just make that point. Like, we keep doing that shit to ourselves. And I think all
Claudia,
people of color need to really ride for each other, because we are getting, like, these devils are really having their way with us right now.
but Claudia, it goes further back than the 70s. That started the whole Willie Lynch letters. I mean, they started that way back in slavery with separating us and treating the lighter skinned blacks better.
But here's the thing, you know what I love when we say, and it's great because it does spur from what a white person has done to us in the past. We can say what we want to about this coronavirus. They opening up all this shit, all the shops. We have a choice to do certain shit. If a motherfucker puts drugs in your neighborhood, guns in your neighborhoods, you have a choice to use the motherfuckers or not, right? Right? You have a choice. If they want to separate and you know they're trying to separate you, why do you allow that to happen? I'm with Claudia. I'm that type of person, the light-skinned black man that ain't black enough for a lot of black people, but I'm too damn black for white people. And I feel I'm in between, and we separate one another, man. We always divide. I think colorism is just up there with racism and classism. And colorism actually, and Claudia, you might be able to attest to it, it's more than me. I think colorism hurts more in a sense than racism, because racism, I expect that shit. Colorism happens from your own damn people.
Yeah. Ain't Carmen, you mixed too, Carmen, right?
I mean, technically my parents, they're both black, but growing up, people thought I was biracial. So I was like, whatever you say, I am. But it just hurts being from the South that I don't get, like, white people are racist towards me. They just don't like black people. But it hurts that I can't be friends with black people. So all my friends as a child were Asian or Latina. And
what's funny is, because lighter skinned, fair skinned women, I have some fair skinned women friends, and they say when it comes to dating, if they think light skinned women get all the love, get all the dating versus dark skinned women, but no, light skinned women, if they want a white guys want the darker skinned woman.
Yeah,
they don't want the light skinned black woman. They want the dark skinned black woman. So you're fucked that way as well.
I get black guys with colorism issues, like black guys that don't date black girls, but they date me, because I get those kind of guys when I was dating.
Hey, can I tell y'all something though? And this ain't a little bit thing.
My last girlfriend was dark as a motherfucker.
As a light skinned dude, I think we get the short end of the stick all the time. I think light skinned women, and I love you guys. I love dark skinned women, but I think light skinned women, y'all looked at as the beautiful type. You know, your skin complexion. White men love you. Black men love you. Everybody adores you. You get a lot of different roles. As a light skinned black man, I think we got it worse than any other people here as a black coach. We do, because we're still too dark for white people, right? We even look down at our race, and you see a light-skinned dude. For the longest time, I didn't have a mustache. What y'all say? Oh, you look gay without a motherfucking mustache. That's a light-skinned dude. You don't say that about a black dude. You don't say that to dark.
No, that's not true. They say it about me.
Let me finish.
Guy look gay right now.
Like that. When it comes to a light-skinned dude, the stereotype is this nigga is soft, emotional, all that type of shit. Niggas, y'all always think he's soft because the motherfucker's light-skinned. You know what I mean? And that's the hard part, because it comes from us. I'm with Claudia on this, man. When you look at the blogs, you look at your social media and all that shit, that shit don't come from other people. That shit comes from us. You know what I mean? We keep each other down.
That's a fact. Because El DeBarge beat your ass, and he like skin in the motherfucker.
But like,
Mike's the same color as baloney. Mike and baloney is the same color.
We gotta stop that shit. And I've been accused of being a colorist from jokes I made from 11 years ago, and I've apologized, and I'm gonna apologize.
How you're a nigger? How?
I know, but when they put this, here's the thing: when you're biracial and your mother is white and your dad's black, even as pro-black as y'all know I am, they will still be like, you cannot say that. You are not black enough to say that. You are a colorist, and I'm not. You know, but I guess I was on my Joe Biden shit, meaning I feel like I'm like, these are my people. So I feel comfortable to say, because I live as a black woman. I don't live as like, well, I'm 50-50. I don't. So when I say things, I joke as a black woman. And then it gets taken differently because they look at my lineage and they look at my mom. And it's just like, it's so confusing. And it's just all these things to complain about so we can divide. Oh, you ain't down with us. You ain't, you know what I mean? We got to stop that.
There's no doubt that you're black. I see your edges. You are black.
Yes, I am.
He lives in Dallas. It's hot right now. That's all that is.
I have not been to get my hair.
People are so racist about hair because
I'm fucking with you, Claudia.
Can we change it up a little bit? Can we change it up a little bit? Anybody getting that new Nicki Minaj album that's coming out soon?
I'll let you guys talk.
Fucking with Claudia.
Oh, what happened? What happened?
Oh my gosh. Claudia's
Let us
motherfucking trending last week, man. For some bullshit she didn't do, by the way. I defend her, but I'm looking at, she works with
Let's
me
talk
over
about it.
Right.
What happened?
Yeah.
And I'm getting people in my mentions. I'm getting people on my page that's fucking
ain't
dogging
like that
me.
at
I'm
all.
like, yo, I don't know who the fuck what happened. Claudia,
What
you
happened,
wanna
Claudia?
Hey, Mike,
What-
let guys set it up. Guys really
No,
good
I
at
don't
that.
know. Let
Claudia needs to set it up because Claudia was there.
Okay, real quick. I do a show with Vivica Fox, Selena Johnson, and Lisa Ray on Mondays.
Right.
Cocktails of Queens on Fox.
Fox Soul.
We talk about hot topics. The hot topic was about comments Usher made about Little Kim should not do a versus battle with Nicki Minaj because pretty much Nicki Minaj came from the Little Kim era. Like, you know what I mean? Like Little Kim came before her. It wasn't a diss. It wasn't. Basically kind of saying that Nicki Minaj was kind of like a product of. The Barbs get all mad about that. Then we discussed this, and we were talking about, you know, paying homage to those that came before you. And Lisa Ray said, like Beyonce says, bow down, bitches. You have to take a bow and take a seat, and then, you know, you'll have your time. It got taken totally out of context, like we were dragging this woman, and you black women are bitter old bitches, and you can't support. The Barbs took pictures where they thought I lived and said, we outside, bitch, come outside. They sent me memes with guns and pictures with guns, like they were going to kill me.
Who?
They
Really?
harassed my 15-year-old niece, and they said, get her mom's address. We want to put her in the hospital. And they've been going on for days about this.
Yep.
Who said that?
What?
Nicki
The
Minaj
Barbs.
fans, they call themselves the Barbs. They
Oh,
put up all
hell.
these rainbow things and all that stuff. So her fans are fanatics. You know, like
Like the Beehive.
Like
Rihanna's
Kevin.
Army, Beyonce's
Like the Beehive.
Yeah,
Okay,
They're
so
way more adamant.
Really?
they're crazy.
I called the police, so the police is doing extra patrols around my area, and I made some phone calls. So,
But the point is like how people take being a fan way too far. There's fans there being fanatics or whatever. And what's crazy is 99% of these people that go so hard for these celebrities don't know even know they fucking exist.
exactly.
So how do you allow yourself to get in that?
Claudia is a magnet for those motherfuckers, though. Claudia, the last motherfucker who was singing and making spaghetti and wanted and the crazy one and sent her the text message that we had to drive over her house and rescue her.
No, that was a stalker. I'm talking about fans of
that's different.
That'd be like, well, not you, Steve, because you ain't never been a celebrity. That'd be like Guy or Claudia.
I got one fan, and that's my oven fan.
Rosa having these people that just adore everything she does, and if somebody says something negative about one of you guys, they just fucking go in. I mean, talking about taking it to the point where they're talking about threatening older women or 15-year-old girls. I mean, this is crazy shit.
So the Barbs beat somebody up. The Mariah Lynn, who's on Love and Hip Hop New York, they actually went after her mother and they posted pictures of her with bloodied eyes. So I was like, they're like saying that they might really do this. So it's the thing is, like, I feel like when celebrities catch wind of their fans behaving like this, it's their job to say something like, do not do this on my behalf. And Nicki, I will say this, there have been times that she was saying to her fans, y'all ain't going hard enough for me. And if you're already off, you're gonna think that means let me do this in your name. She may not even meant it like that, but like they're already off to feel this, to be
Claudia,
you think there should be more of a responsibility? Go ahead, Guy.
That's like Trump. When Trump said, you know, and all his supporters started beating up black people and doing that. When Trump said somebody ought to punch him in the face.
And I'll pay your lawyer fees.
I'll pay your lawyer fees,
So are they, Rosa, do you think they're as responsible? If their fans take out something and do something on their behalf, do you think the celebrities are just as responsible?
I think that to a certain extent, because I feel like sometimes if you look sometimes closely to the fan bases and the celebrities, they sort of act alike a little bit. And this is me knowing certain celebrities and seeing how their fan bases act. I can see that they copy a little bit of, you know, the behavior of the celebrity. So I think it's okay for celebrities to say don't do that. You know, like, I don't advocate for that. That's not what my music or, you know, my message stands for. Like, you know, you cannot say I believe in like female power and unity and blah blah blah, and then you're little fans are like trying to like beat people up. Like that's not okay.
Here's the flip side of that, though, and Claudia, you talk about this because I know. Be honest with me. So when you got a troll on social media, it's coming hard for you, and then all your real fans, the people that like you, go in on that troll. Do you back your fans off that troll?
I don't have that kind of fan. They just be like, they support me kind of silently. Like they be like, they be like, give me a thumbs up, but they don't go hard for me like that. Like I don't really have many of those, or maybe one or two. I've never had anybody be crazy like I'm a fight. So I think I have. I'm just gonna say my fans are more mature. I guess they're not gonna go there and threaten to fight someone.
I've had it happen, not to that extent, but on a couple of occasions with some of my supporters. I don't like the word fans, but some of the people who support me have gone after someone who said something negative. It didn't get to the point, and I chimed in and say, hey, they had a right to their opinion, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It ain't that serious, it ain't that deep. But it hasn't happened a lot, but it happened on an occasion.
All right, so this is what we're going to do here. We're going to do this the way we do the unstable before you guys left. And we always do a 1 minute vent, and we're going to let you get 1 minute to get whatever's off your chest. And just it could be anything. You just get 1 minute to go. We're going to start with Carmen Green official.
Who start doing that?
Huh? That's what y'all left. Carmen and Rosa do that.
We don't know nothing about that.
Huh?
Let them go first so we can figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Carmen Green official. 1 minute vent. Go ahead.
I've had this vent before in the past, but I'm going to go over it again because I'm tired of motherfuckers not taking me serious. I say, like women, just I've been with men. Men don't respect it. Oh, you're going to be back to the dick. You're just saying that because you're going through a phase. And it's like they act like God's gift to this earth because they have a penis. Not every woman likes penis. I'm attracted to men. I think they're sexy. I like to lift up their ego and raise men. I'm not a man basher, but I would like some respect. Say, hey, not every woman is into that thing. And I just really would appreciate people respect. Yes, I was with men, but I wasn't sleeping with them because I wanted their dick. I wanted them for security. And because I wanted to feel accepted or I wanted to feel wanted. But as I got older, I accepted myself and I realized I don't need to conform to society's rules or standards. If I'm in love with a woman, I can still hang out with men. It's not because I miss the dick. I just love the company of men because I think they're amazing creatures. Like the respectful ones, of course. It's like I just want motherfuckers to understand that I'm always going to be surrounded. Of course, but it doesn't mean that I'm trying to get back to the dick. It's just I like both genders because I think I'm not a man basher. And I didn't run to women because I'm upset or because somebody did something horrible to me. I went to women full time because I became fully comfortable with who I am and my sexuality. I'm very comfortable enough to be around an attractive man and still compliment him and still lift him up because especially black men, we need to lift them up even more because of what's going on with killings and shootings and people getting wrongfully arrested. So it's my job to still lift up the black man or men in general. And I just want people to respect that. I like I eat pussy, but I just people respect that. So I'm venting because it's frustrating that. So I just let people think what they want. Even on the show, when I was on the Mike's, one of the guys was like, "Oh, you'll be back." I'm like, "Whatever." I just let him say the comedian guy. I forgot his name. The one that wouldn't stop talking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who was that?
The comments made by the guests on the Mike and Donnie show don't reflect the views of the Mike and Donnie.
Who was that? Mike, who was that?
The one that a guest, but I'm saying he made it seem like, oh, you'll be back to the dick, and I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Who was it, Mike?
But it was a joke. I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember who it was. But like sometimes people say things in jest. I mean, they don't know you. Obviously, he didn't know you, so he don't know what you're going to be back to. Hell, you could be in the fucking animals tomorrow. He wouldn't know. So I mean, I think.
But they say
why I would offend you. Go ahead.
Guys, they tend to push that, and I'm like, just leave it alone. If I say I'm not into it, just let it go. But they want to keep going on and on about the combo, and I'm just like, so I just kind of like release and I just let them think what they want, and that's it.
Yeah, don't give a fuck, man. After a while,
all right. So here we go. Thank you, Carmen Green official. Now we're gonna go to Bane. We need your 1 minute event right here, Rosa Acosta. 1 minute event.
Well, everybody knows that I love money, but I'm also not stupid. So one of my huge pet peeves is when people approach me like, oh, let's say, are you a model? Like, I have this work for you. And then when you exchange information and they hitting you up like, do you want to grab dinner? I have so much respect for people that are 100% honest when they, approach you on what is it that they want. Like, if you don't come at me, don't get my number on some, I have this work for you, let's talk about this money. And then finally, when you have my number or my email, you're asking me to go out on a date. Like, if you wanna take me to eat, you have to take that risk and say, I think you're cute. I would love to take you out. And then, I might reject you, which 100% of the time I do. I don't want to eat with nobody. And I'm not single. So it's going to be, but I just have respect for the people that come at you correct like that. Just like how sometimes you are in a group with a group of girls and, these days, everybody's beautiful. All the girls are beautiful. So then a guy comes and says something like, which one is single? Like, that, I don't know if they understand how disrespectful that is. Like, basically, you'll just take anything. It's just disgusting the way sometimes people approach.
So that's frowned upon?
Huh?
So, Rosa, let me ask you a question, Rosa.
Yes.
Do you get that from men and women who do that to you, or just men do that?
Just men. Women are usually, they are a little bit more. It depends. Like,
Icky with it?
The last time that I was approached by a woman was a while ago, but she just came up to me and she let me know about her. She liked me, but not like, oh, like, what do you do? Oh yeah, I know somebody that is looking for models. Or like, don't do that. Okay. Like, just be 100%. Be honest about what you like. Like, I like people that like can make a decision. Like, I don't want to go on a. I will never look at a group of people and be like, okay, which one is single? I'll take anybody. I'll just look for the one that I like and say, hey, are you single?
Yeah.
But that's easy because you're a dime piece. That ain't fair.
No, but you'll be surprised. Sometimes like you might approach somebody that's not available, or you.
She just said she wants somebody to be genuine, be honest, man. Your approach, don't send a representative. You want to fuck her, tell her you want to fuck. Tell her you want to go on a date.
Steve has done that before.
But she's saying she would respect you a lot more if you came to her straight up and basically said, I think you're beautiful. I would like to sleep with you tonight, instead of saying, hey, I think we can make some movies together, or I think
exactly.
you got good voice.
I
think they run game because they think that's an icebreaker, the way they can get it.
No, but you know what? I just feel like in LA, all the girls like come here to make it, and everybody want to be a model. And sometimes people be like, "Are you a model? Like, give me your number. I have a." And I'm just like, "Oh, I'm not a model," And they're like, "No, but like I have a fashion show," and I'm like, "I'm 5'5". I have a huge head. I'm built like a midget. I'm not a model. I can't model.
No, you're not.
Like, are you looking at me
you're
like
a little person?
Right.
Like,
what?
calm down.
Where these midgets at?
When like little people are built like. I'm no offense, like we built like similar. Like we have them big legs.
Right.
Little people have a big ass. I will say that they do have
big legs and stuff. Like,
Guy had one that worked at the Comedy Store for a little person. She had a fat ass.
They all do.
I didn't date her. She was one of my hostesses.
Yeah, but see, like we all have like.
You ain't no short person. What do you mean we have?
But I'm built like that. Like I have the big head and the legs and the the lower body kind of like weird looking.
That's only from her opinion. That's her.
Don't come at me on something like, are you a model? Like, are you looking at me? Like,
well, you did audition.
Different types of models.
Hold on, but you did audition for Lord of the Rings. I'm just full disclosure.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, he's a dwarf in the Lord of the Rings.
All right, so that's 1 minute man with Bane right there. So, all right, so now let's move on to CJ down in humid Dallas. With her
open Texas.
Okay. You know what? I'm sick of people with their fake outrage. The way, I don't know, because of social media, everybody is looking for a reason to be super mad about something that is normal things that humans do. Motherfuckers, we are not perfect. And if you talk for a living and you do, or if you're on social media a lot, you may say something that may offend somebody, but it is not the end of the world. We're so quick to cancel human beings for
cancel
not
culture.
100% perfect, and it's so fucking annoying. They take all the fun out of wanting to be an entertainer. They take the fun out of wanting to have conversations with people. Everyone's looking to jump on you to seize that, aha, I got you, you did this. Meanwhile, you know, people that are out there in the public eye are the ones brave enough to put themselves out there. And it's a scary thing, because to think that everything you say going back 20 years can be dug up and used against you, and then that's the thing that dictates your entire self-worth, is that one moment that they can find to say, you fucked up. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? As a member of the Homo sapien race of people, human beings, I'm gonna make mistakes. Everybody on this chat is gonna make a mistake. Everybody in the world is gonna make a mistake. I just get tired of the fake outrage, and people need to like really go fuck themselves with this, because I'm sick of it.
The biggest problem with that is that we have revisionist history. When we look back at what happened 20, 25 years ago, what you said at that particular time probably did not make anybody blink their eyes, because that was the state of the culture, state of the time. So when you bring something back 25 years later, when things aren't as acceptable, of course they're gonna make it seem like you are a horrible ass person. That was your mindset back then. Eddie Murphy used to say faggot all the time. You can't get away with saying that word at all. I probably get in trouble just for repeating it right there, and I apologize for that. But I'm saying,
you could say midget before. Now you can't say midget because you're being. You can used to say retarded. You can't say retarded. But there's a lot of
but at the time, I thought that was a problem. You were able to say
it's bad now.
It's been bad. It's been bad for a while.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So back in the day, in the 80s,
my Twitter.
Yeah, when you say
when you would say it, if you brought it up, nobody said anything about it because nobody thought it was offensive. But now these days,
I didn't really know that.
World,
no, yeah, really, yeah. If you say you're acting like a retard, that's offensive.
Dude, Ann Coulter just said that on her page about Donald Trump today.
Who said that?
But it's still
Ann Coulter.
Right. But it's still.
You can't even say you can't acknowledge someone's overweight anymore because you're fat shaming. Everything's shaming. You can't even say. I don't know how we're gonna communicate soon. We can't describe shit in a minute. And my thing is this: you know the difference between having a conversation, just talking about something, and being mean and really, you know, trying to cause harm to somebody. I think people, I don't know if it's because of this gang mob mentality, it makes it where like people will pick apart one word you got wrong or one thing, and they'll make that be your legacy. Never mind all the good things you did. Why can't y'all have the same energy for the good things people do as y'all do for the bad? It's unbelievable. It really is.
Hey, to that point, Claudia, a couple of years ago, I made a post on Facebook about one of my shows, like an ad, a promo. And I said, "Yo, come get your ass off the couch and come to my show. It's an ab workout, right?" Mm-hmm. They took my post down because they said that was fat shaming. And that was my thing. I said, "Get your ass off the couch and come to my show so I can work out. Come get this ab workout."
It's ridiculous.
And they took it down saying that's offensive.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
All right, well, G, finish up. Give us your 1 minute event.
My 1 minute event, it ain't in 1 minute, really. It's like, I think we need to re-examine the word celebrity. I think it's overused and used in the wrong place. The real word of celebrity is someone to be celebrated. And often I've been invited to celebrity basketball games. You consider a celebrity and all that crap. I really don't like the word because I don't think I'm someone to be celebrated. I think the ones to be celebrated are people on the front line right now. People who are trying to find a cure for COVID-19 and cancer and diabetes. Those are the people you celebrate. And I came up with that years ago when I was in LA going to a club, and a friend of mine was a doctor who's working on something very groundbreaking in the cancer research, was standing in line to get in the club and couldn't get in. But Rodney King walked up and walked right in. And they're like, "Oh, we got a celebrity coming. Oh, let him in." And I'm like, wow. Really? Rodney King is a celebrity? And this guy who's in line
outstarred by Rodney
a doctor trying to cure cancer, and he's a nobody. And to me, I just think, you know, we use the word celebrity so much that it doesn't mean shit to me anymore. We need to re-examine how we use that word. But someone to be celebrated, you know, I don't think you celebrate a foul-mouthed, dick-grabbing mama joke comedian over a doctor or people working on the front line right now. And especially our volunteers. There are people who are working in grocery stores. Shout out to them. Right. They're getting it, and that's great. They're getting a check. But there are people out here who are volunteering their time, feeding the homeless, still without getting a check, and being around and leaving themselves exposed to COVID-19. To me, those are celebrities.
Guys, Wednesday, downtown LA. I'm going down there at noon. I'm gonna take my glasses, my goggles, put my mask on and gloves, and I'm going down there this Wednesday. I haven't been in a while, but I'm gonna make sure I'll serve the Lord. But let's move on to Mike Hill, 1 minute event.
Hey, hold on that superficial tip, man, with the whole thing. Isn't that how superficial we are as a society too, though? You think about it, you know, like some of the most important people in Hollywood walking around the streets, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even blink an eye at or whatever. But they are the richest people in Hollywood and billionaires. Can you name 5 billionaires if they walk down the street to be able to pick them out? I mean, besides the ones that are all like the Donald Trumps.
Right.
Trumps, but
right. Well, he's not a billionaire, so.
The world, you know, the Mark Cubans, we know what I'm talking about.
Right.
The celebrity billionaires. There are a number of billionaires and a lot of people who are really important producers, directors here in Hollywood, but they never get any notoriety. They don't have a lot of Twitter followers. They don't have a lot of Instagram followers, whatever, but they are the most important people out there. So you got to be careful when it comes to that. My only rant, man, I ain't got nothing. I'm happy, bro. I ain't really that upset about anything, but I just think as a people, man, as a coach, I think we need to do better when it comes to uplifting, as Claudia was saying earlier today, one another when we trying to do something that's positive out there, man. It's a lot of ratchet shit that gets a lot of attention, but when somebody tries to do something with grace, somebody tries something to do with class, somebody tries to do it, you know, intelligently, you know, we get put down for some things like that. And it's usually coming from our own culture. So once again, it goes back to the whole colorism thing and whatnot. Let's stop having this crab in the barrel mentality, man, because until we come together as a society, as Black people, to try and build our bridges or mend those fences that have been broken, that brown down by one another, man, we are never going to come up as a culture, as a society, to basically overcome or even get on equal ground. They see that shit, man. They see what we're doing to one another. So how are they going to have any feelings towards us or any kind of sympathy towards us when they know we're killing each other and we're trying to keep each other down, man? So when you see somebody who's out there trying to do something, like I said, with grace, with class and dignity or whatever, and it always goes back to that whole celebrity thing. The stupidest shit you do on television, I can pull somebody's wig off, I can get into a fight, go viral, and I can become a superstar overnight. But if I'm trying to do something on television to try and have a deep conversation instead of that, you know, superficial, surface shit that gets a lot of laughs or whatnot, not saying that anything's wrong with that, we don't grow as a people. And until we start learning how to do both and supporting both, I don't think we're ever going to get anywhere in life, man. That's just all.
Can I just add to stop supporting buffoonish, coonish caricatures of us? And a lot of that is in the reality shows. I'm not going to name names, but y'all know who does it, who doesn't do it, because it is not advancing us. It makes us look absolutely fucking ridiculous. And people with class that choose to use the English language as it's supposed to be used are not boring. They're actually making us look good, and we need more of those out there. Sorry.
And that's the whole thing, because
hey, don't apologize for that, Claudia.
I'm sick of it. Like, it's like bad is good and good is bad. Like, you see,
don't apologize for that.
But I'm not saying, and here's the thing, I'm not gonna say don't support, like loving hip, whatever they doing, whatever over there. If it's making them money, go ahead. People that look at us and say that's bad representation of us, we have Google. I think we know that we can have a Barack Obama, we can have a Flavor Flav. So anybody that has a certain mindset of us, you know what I mean? They look at a certain mindset and they say, oh, this is how they act. That's the way they want us to act. That's the way they envision us to act. They don't see the other side and they don't want to accept the other side. They know better. They're not ignorant. They're just choosing to be stupid because they're being racist. All I'm saying is when you do have something that is strong, that is Black on, like Fox Soul, for example, I'm throwing this out there. We got a good thing going on. We got a great platform, man. So if we got some good programming that's on the air right now and we're giving you a little bit of both and a lot of intelligent conversation, support that shit. And we're getting a lot of support, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying in order for us to sustain that, we have to show a white man who has given that platform or given it opportunities, giving them that money or whatever, that can be sustainable so that they can add more programming like that instead of just the ratchet shit that's out there. So you can support that. But if you out there and one of these people that's saying we don't have this, we don't have these kind of movies, we don't have these kind of, look, it's because it's not fucking selling. And if it's not selling and you're not supporting it, they're not going to continue to make it. That's the bottom line.
That's facts.
All right, and I'm gonna finish it off by saying, I said this earlier, and like we all agree, we do need to address what a Black agenda would be. I believe that all children under 18 should get free education, like college, to some of the best schools. All children under 18 should have a instant credit score of 850 if they graduate, if you're African American blood. And we take care of the next generation because we're kind of scarred right now. You know, you give me some reparations, I'm gonna own me some white people, for real, for real. So, but I think we should take care of the next generation of kids so we can educate them and build schools like what LeBron is doing. We can teach kids how to handle themselves in conflict resolution. So if you own somebody that look like you bump into, you realize it's just all right.
But I don't think
pull out a gun, and we get guidance counselors. We applaud kids who want to do ballet, who want to be an artist, and we ain't teasing because you walking around with a book. We have to change the culture and show people that it's cool to read and be smart.
But I think to push back on what you just said just a little bit, Steve, I respectfully disagree. I think I don't think the cutoff should be 18. I think it should be a little bit beyond that, because it could be a young mom who has a kid who can't go to school at the point, and then maybe she wants to go back to school and get an education, and she's above age 18 but can't afford school. So I think the 18 is I think
but
that age
there are more smarter people than me that I believe if we can start the ball rolling. I think that's a good idea to start rolling on.
Because most people under 18 already get a free education. It's the people once you graduate high school is when the education isn't free anymore.
Fair education. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about
free. You say free or fair?
A fair education, the same that these private school kids are getting, and we give them a fair education. A real
what about free education
system, period. They don't put enough in education, period, to pay these teachers what they deserve.
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about our children.
What I'm saying is, nigga, they ain't doing that shit for the country, period. So it's gonna be hard for them to get to do it for us. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
That's across the board.
They do it for themselves. Right.
Shit. That's like what? They want better than no.
But there's no question America owes us a lot. And when I say us, I mean Black people from the ancestors, because any country that starts off their existence with 400 years of free labor is going to have a leg up on every single country in the world. So when we sit around and brag how we're the best country in America in the world, no, we were the ones that were gangster and got free labor. Anybody would have an advantage. So with that being said, the opposite is true for us. We have a 400-year disadvantage. They owe us an education. We should be paying taxes. We should be getting a lot of
property.
Getting.
You have property.
That's a fact. So listen, we're gonna end it on that again. Unstable podcast. My man GT, Chill, Mike Hill, Carmen Green official, Claudia Jordan. We missed Bain. She left out of here early. Rosa Acosta. Jaron couldn't make it, but we want to thank everybody that watched this and supporting us. Somehow we're going to get this format on somewhere. People keep inboxing. And look at that. We got Carmen's boobies. I mean, how can we not have this on a format somewhere? We had Carmen and Rosa boobies out.
Hey, Steve.
DJ, I mean, come on. A guy, Torry, is handsome to somebody somewhere. Mike is light skinned. We got a whole bunch of stuff here that we can do something about.
Hey, Steve, drop your Cash App so we can get you a new shirt, because that shirt is that slutty ass, pussy ass shirt is killing me right now.
It looked like your cash was pulling on it. That looked like the towel Mike Tyson's coming to the ring with.
And real.
That is not.
Thank you guys. Y'all fun. I love you.
Steve think he's sexy too. That's the funny part. Steve think he was sexy.
He's supposed to be off the shoulder like that.
I did not think it was sexy. I'm just.
Yeah, you did, because you wore that bullshit. He was like, I'm gonna get him with this.
I just put on a shirt. All I did was just got dressed. That's it. I wasn't trying to.
He tried to say he lost weight.
I mean, it looked like
the Hulk. Would you change that from being the Hulk?
Guys, my battery's about to die. We'll see y'all later.
All right, man. I love you. I got something. I'm gonna call you. I need something for you too. So call.
Okay.
I'm gonna call
you. Oh, he in the cities. He needs something.
Hey, Carmen, he got a modeling gig for you. He got a modeling gig.
Exactly. Call me, Carmen. I got something for you. Hey, Rosa, you want to be in a movie?
Terrible niggas. Terrible. Bye.